What's going on, people? Welcome back to the 100-day sprint that I'm documenting on my YouTube channel, where I'm showing you exactly how I create my own reality. Inside this video, we're going to be diving into day 18, and rather than actually showing you my entire day, we're actually going to be diving into a concept which I'd like to share regarding abundance and regarding like becoming self-aware as well. So you can see here, Sunday the 15th of September, we actually woke up at 5:43. Once again, a random time between like the two different time frames that I usually wake up at, between 4:44 and 5:55. But then you can see here, okay, basically we're going to be diving straight into a little section out of a book. This book here is called The Trick to Money is Having Some, and this book has some proper game in it. Okay, so if you know a guy called Stuart Wilde, I actually got put on this book. I've got it right here. I got put on this book quite a while back when I literally got started in kind of like, it's when I took business like full time, is when I got this book. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to be talking about is basically this little section of the book here, which is basically talking about as you begin to change how you feel, you will have to watch your each and every move very carefully. Okay, at the beginning, you may tend to overanalyze your life, but that is not a mistake. For in looking at every minute detail, you compensate for the fact that perhaps in the past you looked at little or none of it. This one point here is so important, okay, because chances are, like, for the majority of your life, you've just been floating through your life, not really aware of like what you're doing. Therefore, you're not really aware of the cause of what's producing the results in your reality. If you think about it like this, your external reality is the effect of a cause, and that cause being your thoughts and your feelings. If you look at your reality right now and you're not where you want to be, all you need to simply do is look at what you did over the last 90, 100, maybe even 12 months of your life, and look at what you did on a daily basis, and then you'll understand why you are where you are. Okay, and you becoming aware of that does you a massive favor. Even if it angers you, even if it triggers you in the heat of the moment, you're now then able to have, as it says here, a solid grip on who you are and what you believe, and then you can actually accept where you are. Okay, so I'm actually going to pull up something else which I don't have on the screen right now, but I'm going to quickly add it in here. Cool, I've literally just added in the vibrational chart here. Okay, so you can see this on your screen right now, right? So what I'm talking about here, and this is just breaking down like a little section of the book, okay? And this is something that really kind of struck in my mind as a reminder of what I already knew, and this is why I wanted to share it as well, is when you accept where you are, you can see how much of a higher vibration you're going to be on, okay? Because if you go through your life and every day you're still living in like, let's say you're living in shame because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. Let's say you're living in guilt because of maybe like external pressures from like family or this and that, and like people saying like, oh yeah, you can't do it, or like, oh yeah, you should be like going to uni instead of actually trying to work on your business, or some kind of BS like that. Well, you'll see how low these levels of vibration are, and that's why your reality is reflecting back to you results which aren't in alignment with where you want to be consciously in your mind. Okay, so some of you guys probably have a vision right now where you're maybe working a job, a 9 to 5, maybe you're in uni right now, and you consciously know exactly what you want, you consciously know the lifestyle that you want to live, and you have the thoughts there in your mind, but you're still yet to impress that into your subconscious mind. Okay, because what's impressed into your subconscious mind gets expressed into your reality, and your subconscious mind is mostly like feelings. Okay, so if you don't feel that you are abundant, then when you look around you, you know, yeah, what's going to be reflected into your reality is what's going to be impressed into your subconscious mind internally. And if you're not feeling abundant internally, then you're not really going to be seeing abundance all around you. Okay, now, yeah, you can, go ahead and work very hard materially to go ahead and achieve all of these external things. But I can tell you right now for a fact, no amount of money is going to make you feel any different, okay? If you don't feel that difference internally within, all right? I can tell you that for a fact because I've spoken to guys with multi-seven figures in their bank account and they feel like shit, right? So if you really want to take a holistic view on your life, then this really does come into play. And I can tell you right now that it will come into play as well with literally collapsing reality between the point where you're currently at and the point where you actually want to be as well. Okay, so Acceptance is a real big thing. As soon as you accept and have a solid grip on where you are and what you believe, then you can actually begin to change. Change can become a gradual, pleasing process where each advance generates momentum for the next. And another big thing I've been learning lately is feeding the upward spiral. Okay, because as soon as you have one win, stack another win on top of that, stack another win on top of that, even if it's just a win internally in your mind, the more wins you stack up, the more momentum you build, and that momentum turns into a massive snowball. As you stack up the real small wins, even if it's just staying in the gym for like 2 minutes longer or hitting that one workout harder than you know you normally do, you're gonna feel good, right? And there's kind of two ways you can go about it. You can kind of do actions externally and attach your confidence to those external actions, or you can feel good internally, and regardless of what kind of happens externally with the outputs that you can't control, you still feel that confidence and those higher vibrations within you. There's a lot that comes into play, but you can see here next, right? He says, the symbology of how you feel about abundance lies all around. This, once again, is me talking about how your reality reflects internally what's going on in your mind. If you look at the quality of your lifestyle, you can soon see whether or not you believe in abundance. And like I said at the start of this video, if you look back on the last 90 or 100, 12 months of your life, if you've just been doing BS every day, right? If you're still in environments that aren't serving you, if you're still feeding into BS from your family, then, you know, you can see why you're not where you want to be. And you can even see here, he says he doesn't mean how rich are you, like what's your number in your bank account. What he means is like, do the things around you have quality and creativity, or are they like drab, ugly, and dead? Now you can take a look at this like on a metaphysical standpoint as well. Quality and creativity can be, you know, kind of related to like higher emotions of like, and higher vibrations of like expanded emotions. You know, for example, you typically associate quality with like higher vibrations. You typically associate creativity with, you know, some of these higher vibrations as well. But when you associate what he says here, drab, ugly, and dead, well, dead would literally be at the bottom of this chart, because dead is like completely contracted and like no longer alive, right? There's no energy in being dead. You can take a look at it on a metaphysical standpoint as well, like literally what vibration are you operating from and how are you viewing the things around you? Because I can tell you right now, like you can be in a first world country, you can even just be in like a small like flat, okay, you can just have a bike, you can just have food and running water, and already you're abundant, okay? Because it's just perspective as well. Like, as simple as just looking at third world countries compared to where you're at. Even if you're not ideally where you want to be in your mind, if you just be grateful for what you have, you're already operating from abundance. Even if you don't have that figure physically in your bank account, you're feeling abundant about the things you have around you, and you're already operating from a heightened state of emotion, and therefore the action you take and the things you materialize in your reality are going to be way different. Okay, so I'm just spitting some game here, right? But hopefully this makes sense, yeah? And you can even see here, he says, you can live in one room in the back of town and still be surrounded by abundance. Like, when I told you how simple it is, like it's all a mind game, or this entire reality is just a simulation that's all come from your mind. Getting some messages right now that's just come through at 10:10, but you know, like synchronicities and all of that, you'll see them all around you as you expand your vibration, as you expand your mind, you'll see like your entire reality will shift. I'm gonna leave this there, yeah. I suggest you read through this a few times and maybe just pause it, but just take this in. This is a big lesson I've been learning lately. If you can hold a high vibration, regardless of what your external reality looks like, you're gonna see some big changes in your life, man. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one.